And a welcome to everybody tonight on another Monday night. This old Pop's talking at you right now. And Lone Star is here beside me, and J Dub over there on the radio and all that. They're keeping the electric stuff going, all that stuff. But
All that stuff.
yeah, all that stuff.
And other stuff.
Uh,
All that fun magic stuff.
One
Devil
thing about
worshiping.
tonight, folks, we won't be around here Monday night. We're going to be other places than here celebrating Memorial Day. And so tonight we're dedicating this show basically in memory of all of our brothers and sisters that are gone before us and thanking them as we think about everything that they did for us and gave their lives and all. And we want to be sure that everybody out there remembers them. And not even that, remember all the others that put their lives on the line and served and did what they could to preserve this country. And hopefully,
Absolutely.
we'll get this country back to where it belongs pretty soon. And Lone Star, it's good to have you with us again tonight. And
Happy to be here.
I guess we're going to go down and see if we can get some crab next weekend.
Looks like it. I'm gonna get some crab, fixing up an RV.
Yeah, kind of put things together after the winter.
There's
And all
been a
that.
fridge sitting there for a couple of
Yeah.
months now. That
Well, the
needs-
nice thing about it, it's been sitting upright the entire time.
Yeah.
So it should knock on wood or wherever there's something to knock on.
Pray to God.
It should just be a quick install.
Yeah.
Pull the old one out, put the new one in, hook it up, and it should fire right up.
Should. Allegedly.
That's why I said knock on wood,
Yeah.
do this, that, and the
Well,
other thing.
we give it a couple hours to settle down in place before we start it up. But yeah, because of shuffling it around, everything, you want time for the juice in it to settle, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyhow, everybody's looking forward to this Memorial Weekend, and we want to make sure that everybody remembers what it was all about.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Everybody goes out and they celebrate it, but they most times a lot of people seem to forget that a lot of people of our brothers and sisters and everything have died fighting for their right to have this Memorial Day, these weekends like this. So anyhow,
It's a day to honor,
it is
not to celebrate. I
Right,
think honor is
exactly.
the more appropriate word.
exactly that's what it's all about.
So, because I know at least all of us in this room,
Yeah.
we've all lost friends and comrades in arms,
Yeah.
both at home and abroad.
Right.
And this is the day to honor those people, and that's a big
Yeah.
thing that I guess doesn't get mentioned enough or doesn't get brought up enough. And it's funny because a lot of folks, they come
Well-
up to you on Memorial Day. They're like, "Oh, well, thank you for your service, sir," and everything.
Yeah.
It's like, thanks, but today's not about me.
Yeah.
Well,
It's not Veterans Day.
Yeah, exactly. And
Exactly.
and that's the thing too, is you have to remember Memorial Day is for those that we lost.
right. But it's
Veterans
also
Day is for all of us that have served,
right.
and
Are
Armed
still here.
Forces Day, which is June 14th, is for those that are currently
Right.
serving. That is the order of which.
That's your pecking order, people.
Yeah.
Well, along with remembering our brothers and sisters that passed away in service to our country and all, we also want to remember all the mothers and fathers and parents, grandparents, all the other people that have gone before us that helped keep this country, brought us into it.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
So
Not wrong on that one. So, Memorial
know.
Day is more than just a day off or a barbecue
Right.
day or whatever else.
that's what I guess the point I'm trying to get across is it's a time of memory, a time to remember and to honor those that have went before us.
A day of honor, day of reverence. Like try to just remember where things came from,
Yeah.
basically.
Well, anyhow, let's move on from there and what we got going tonight. You got anything you want to start with there, Lone Star?
Oh dear Lord God, don't ask me that question.
Hey,
The fact that I found that video for you
Jesus.
of the Calibri.
The one video of the Calibri that I've seen in a video game of all places.
on Battlefield 1.
And for those of you who don't know, J-Dub, can you tell them what a Calibri is?
Oh, the
Or
little
do you want me to do it?
the little 2
The
millimeter.
little 2 millimeters center fire detachable magazine blowback action
literally-
pistol.
It literally is the world's
it's-
smallest.
It's roughly the size of a US 50-cent piece.
Now, here's the funny thing. I'm actually, so for our folks that are
Like,
watching at home,
if you could see this thing.
oh, I'm going to bring up the clip here. Just
Right.
give me just a second here.
Oh, Lord.
It's going to be glorious. And the folks that, that are listening to us on the Spreaker side, they're going to be able to hear it. But I am going to bring this up.
You'll just watch this here if
Oh,
he gets
this
it
is
going.
Going to be
Because
great.
this made me laugh out loud when I saw it.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, let's get them to
So-
see it. Here's from Battlefield, the video game, okay? Or whatever this is from. What is this?
Yeah, this
from?
Battlefield 1.
Battlefield. Oh, it's moving so slow.
It is.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. So just take a look at
that little thing between the fingers right there is a Calibri, and that is about actual size. So if you can see this, that is a real pistol that was made around the same time as the 1911. Okay. This thing is a tiny ass little baby pistol. That video just sucks.
I think it's probably because it's trying to play and
Right.
broadcast at
Yeah,
the same
it's
time.
tried to do a bunch of stuff that
But anyhow,
it's going stupid on. But
Yeah. right there.
that's it.
Right there.
That's your tiny ass pistol.
That's your,
Like
the best part about
patented
it.
in 1910.
The best part to me, at least with this, is once hopefully I can get it to play again. Here, I'll go ahead and mute it for now. That way Facebook doesn't say, "Oh, you do copyright."
But
So I mean, just how tiny that thing is, and it's funny because of how rare they are.
oh god, there's not very many of those things left. If you find one, keep it. Hold on to it. That's
Yeah.
going to be worth some buku dollars one day. That is,
Yeah,
it's going to be
it's-
insanely expensive as a collector.
It's gonna be worth something. That is for sure. If
you
it's
find
not
one,
already.
keep it. But he showed me that video and I just lost it. I've only ever had one of those in my hand in my entire life, and it was beautiful. The fact that someone,
Yeah, you were just like, wait, what?
yeah,
You
like,
found that?
like you have that. Dude behind the counter didn't even know what the hell he had. He just knew its name. And I was like, but he didn't have just the gun. He had the case. He had ammo. He had the bullets that came with it, and he had everything that it came with. Some dude bought this in 1911 and threw it in a sock drawer and left it there.
The sock drawer gun.
And the thing was beautiful. Like all
like
of the
the-
bluing was still there, minus like 1, maybe 2% of the bluing was gone. And I was just sitting here like, oh my god,
Right?
Then I realized I'm not having any gloves, and it's like, oh god, no, take it away. I got oil all over. Clean it.
I'm trying to bring up a better picture.
Oh god, but that, like, if ever
Yeah.
you want to experience a roller coaster of firearms history, just type in obscure made guns of history, and you'll go down a rabbit hole you didn't even know existed.
Oh, it's
Matter
there's
of
some
fact,
weird
I got
weapons out there.
Well, I showed you that 36 shot.
Right.
Like they only made like 2 of those ever. But
Well, why would they even make more than one?
Yeah,
Just to-
because
Look at
yeah, that's a penny, people. That's a fucking penny. That is a US penny.
I mean, look at this guy. This guy's holding. He's like, look how
And-
tiny this.
well,
yeah.
That guy right there has a YouTube channel where he just talks about forgotten weapons and all. That's the name of his channel. But that dude's an average height, average build dude. He's not a tiny dude. He's like a regular Joe American. And so
Yeah.
just for size comparison, that's tiny.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that. Here's a question though: if you were to it just out of sheer,
He designed
Ignorance.
it as a self-defense pistol too.
if you were just out of sheer herp and derp, go ahead and fire this thing. where would you get ammo for it?
You wouldn't. You would have
You
to
could.
make your own ammo for it. You would seriously have to make your own ammo if
Yeah.
you were going to reload. You would have to make your own brass.
Yeah.
I
You would have
love
to make your
I
own.
love a little
markers.
clearing rod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just
It's a little takedown tool.
You couldn't even find reloaded equipment to help you reload it.
You'd have to make your own
Yeah,
reload.
so
exactly.
you would literally have to manufacture your own your own
Everything.
dies
There's-
and everything.
There's probably some obscure grandpa in Brazil somewhere that's still making those casings.
Somewhere in Argentina, somewhere.
Some Argentinian freaking bodunk shack in the middle of nowhere. that's
Oh,
just-
here's a
waiting for
2.7
the-
millimeter.
yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
getting up to the big boys now.
I'm not even sure what round that is, but it looks monstrous.
That-
Probably like a 45 long Colt or
No,
something.
that's more like that looks more like probably a smashed in freaking 50 AE, probably.
38 special. Yeah.
Because that's just that thing's insane.
Look at this guy trying to rack it back. And like, oh look. I mean, just look at some of these pictures of just how tiny this thing is. The Colibri. Good Lord.
Keep in
almighty.
mind that's a self-defense pocket pistol from back in the day, people.
Literally a pocket pistol.
Yeah, because it's the size of a fucking quarter.
Emphasis on the pocket.
Right.
You ever walk into a
watch
place with a
pocket.
gun because you forgot you had it on? Now you will.
Yeah.
Fits right in your watch pocket.
You could probably hide it under your watch.
There you go.
Dang near, man. Dang near.
But
That's just crazy.
yes, so, like that's a little piece of firearms history for you. Just, if you even want to find an even more obscure things, just type in 2mm freaking pistols, and you'll just go into this realm. Like they make small AKs. They make like Tiffany's, the jewelry store,
Right.
makes ring pistols that are in pinfire.
Oh my God.
They're like diamond encrusted shit. And it's like the bling for the ladies also goes pew pew. And then
That's about all you hear.
you can find videos on YouTube of guys shooting this in their house at like pop cans and shit because it's like, what's it really gonna damage?
It's like your kid. It's like, I can just see now every little kid back in the day wanted, you'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Right.
Some Christmas story type shit.
Bing bing. And then just
So one of those, "Pah, no, no, get back.
Well, I'm gonna change the subject here a little.
yeah,
Uh-oh.
why not?
bit. I just wanted to bring up the fact that I saw it today, and I'm pretty sure you saw it too, Lone Star, that our great NCAAP
Yes, I
has
did see
decided-
this.
has decided that they are going to try and destroy all the minority businesses in the state of Florida.
What?
Yeah, apparently it's
They
like
want-
it's like hyper dangerous for black people to move to Florida because of how white supremacist and things it is down there. They're just so anti-black.
They're not even supposed to travel
It's-
down there.
It's not even funny how
What?
anti-black they are. Yeah, like it's hysterically stupid
well-
what they're
well,
saying about
how
this
many-
crap.
When you stop and think about it, they say don't go down there and all that kind of stuff to all these blacks and all that. How many businesses did they say that there's more black?
Oh yeah, like they're like black-owned businesses are like #1 in growth in Florida right now
Right.
for profits and everything like that. Their businesses are growing like
Yeah.
crazy.
And then the Hispanic,
Hispanics,
and the,
women,
number two.
yeah, it's like they're
in
they're
the
all
country.
they're all growing like insanely fast. And NAACP comes out, oh, they're so dangerous for black. It's dangerous for black people to go to Florida.
So
So-
okay,
So they
okay.
tried to
So
destroy their
according
businesses.
to the 2020 census, okay, I mean if we're gonna look at this, according to the 2020 census, racial distributions are as follows: 51.5% non-Hispanic. So the white Americans aren't even the majority in the state of Florida.
No.
It's the Hispanics.
Yeah.
White, average suburban white Americans 26.6% of the population,
Yeah, that's what's funny.
14.5% African American, 4% Native American, 2.3% Asian, Oriental, and other. So
I like the
well,
other.
what
The-
they're saying is that one is racist against
Yeah. Well,
against LeBron.
when,
Okay,
when
I
these
mean-
numbers were brought up to the head of the NCAAP, their big
NAACP,
well,
yeah.
that guy there, that big guy there, he said that those numbers are all wrong. They're all propaganda.
It's all propaganda. It's
Yeah.
all
He
propaganda.
said they're
What?
lies.
It's all right wing
said-
propaganda.
Right.
It's straight from the census.
It's propaganda.
Oh my god!
I mean, that's how bad it's gotten.
Like, well, it's not even.
And, well,
it-
you know why they're starting all this stuff, don't you?
I got
yeah,
nothing.
there's an election coming up.
Yeah, And DeSantis has decided he's going to run. I guess he's supposed to announce it tomorrow.
oh,
the day
that
of
he's
the-
actually going to go for the White House.
Yeah.
oh God,
let's
DeSantis,
go.
No,
So
I hope
Hey,
he does.
keep his happy ass in Florida. He's pissing them off, and I love it.
No, he's pissing off the outsiders, is what he's doing, which is beautiful
Oh.
to watch.
It's glorious, and he
But
needs.
you know what?
He needs to stay there.
You know what? Let him do a stint in the White House.
No,
Yes,
no.
yes.
He-
Piss everybody
he-
else off.
He stays there, and Trump gets elected for a second term. Then DeSantis comes in after Trump, and we've got 8 years of awesome. Like, come
It's-
on!
I'll tell you
I'm
what,
thinking long game here.
it's going to
Actually,
take-
you could actually, if you really wanted to mess people up, you could make it go 12.
yeah.
You
Because
could
Trump,
exactly.
because Trump would only be able to do
another
one more.
Yeah, DeSantis can do two.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And then when DeSantis is done in the White House, he goes back to being the governor of Florida. Boom, done.
Like I just like
Problem solved. Problem staying solved.
DeSantis, please, for the love of God, stay epic Florida man.
Well-
Stay epic Florida man.
The biggest thing he's got going for him is the fact that how much good he's done Florida.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
just love how he's treated Disney the past
Oh, I do
couple
too.
of years. And,
For what
having
they
all the
did?
migrants shipped around the country.
For what they did, well, that's Texas that really did
Texas did that.
Yeah.
They think DeSantis did that too a little bit, didn't he?
that. I think so a little bit.
Was it his to Martha's Vineyard or was that Texas?
No, that was Texas.
But
that
what's
did
funny, you know, everyone talks about how, and here's the funny thing about it: everyone talks about how racist, you know, Ron DeSantis is and everything else.
I don't even
Okay,
care
well, let me
anymore.
put it this way: over the last just between 2010 and 2018, okay, and how many of those years has DeSantis been in the governorship?
Oh God, when did he get
Of-
elected? He got elected what? 3
And
years
while
ago?
I'm
A couple
talking
years.
about this, one of
Yeah.
you two look
Yeah,
that up right
let's
quick.
see here.
So just in between 2010 and 2018, so every year there was actually a net increase in the population of the state of Florida.
Right. Well, the worse it
So,
gets everywhere else, the bigger.
as
the more
far
they
as-
get.
Inbound, just as an example, immigrants coming into the state of Florida in 2010, 482,889. Granted, a lot of people left at the rate of 427,853 with a net migration into Florida, 55,036. That was in 2010 alone. The hottest growing year that he had was 2016 with a net migration of 171,500. So almost, almost 175,000 people. And then, the most recent one was for net migration was 2018 with 116,284.
Yeah, that's when he actually got into office. Was 2018.
Was it only 2018?
Yeah, he hasn't been there that long.
Wow.
No,
I
he
thing.
hasn't
He'd
been
been in
there.
there
No.
longer than
No, it
Uh-uh.
seems like it
But I
because
tell you what,
welcome to the year 2000.
God.
Like welcome to the new millennium. There.
Well, I mean, it just goes to show the
Uh-uh.
impact that he's had
Oh,
since he's
yeah.
been there.
Oh, he's made so much. It's been so much fun watching him.
It has been.
So-
Yeah,
I mean, it's just wild.
like he
Well-
was first elected to Congress actually in 2012, and so he's been in Congress.
At state or the federal?
This was
the Florida State Legislature or in the House of Representatives?
It appears that this was Florida.
So in the state legislature.
Yeah, because I'm on his Wikipedia page right now.
Okay.
Now, the best thing he's done for us is that he turned one of my daughters from a Democrat to
Independent.
Yeah.
Good.
Wow, somebody actually woke. Sorry, I know his family and everything else, but at the same time, it makes me happy.
I don't care if you're
to
a
know-
Republican. Don't be a Democrat.
Well, no,
Just
it's not even so much as that. It's the simple fact that
don't.
people are actually starting to wake up
Well,
and critically think for themselves. I personally,
well, she was thinking about she was an old style Democrat back when
the old blue dog.
the old blue dogs, when they were for the people, not for this all this other woke shit and everything else.
Right.
Hey, the Democratic Party went the way of the dodo, and this is now the progressive commie.
It's not
I want to destroy everything freaking party now.
I don't know if I
And
call it
so-
progressive anymore.
It is not even.
Progressive equals Marxist. Welcome. Like that's what that is.
And those people they call liberal are not liberal at all.
Well, because like there are those who are classical liberals, and
Well-
that term has always been around. It needs to stay there.
That's what they
And-
need to say.
and like that needs to be reclaimed by the people on the left
Right.
that are like the disaffected liberals, the ones
Right.
that are being forced over to be called right wing when they're
No,
really
no.
not.
No.
But
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
you need to have the basic constitutional values and still be able to disagree with someone and not call them a racist or a bigot, or
Yeah.
you could be mad at them for not thinking the way that you think. But
Well, I'm glad to see
we're all
a
Americans.
lot
Damn
of
it.
people out there are starting to wise up and starting to think with their vote. They're starting to put their heads into it a little bit and figure
What
out.
was funny is
what's
I'm
going
looking
on.
at all these different, these different news outlets and stuff. Even CNN, Forbes, Black Enterprise, Vibe,
Yeah.
as another
right.
example. WHUR out of Florida, the New York Sun, Digital Journal. All these organizations are like, yeah, bro, you're kind of going, with this.
Right.
We're at the NAACP with their travel advisory, quote unquote,
Right.
to Florida. These guys are like, yeah, you guys are losing your mind. Like even the Hill report says that,
They're nuts.
yeah, says on a seeming quest to silence African American voices, the governor and the state of Florida have shown that African Americans are not welcome in the state of Florida, the travel advisory reads. Due to the sustained, blatant, relentless, and systemic attack on democracy and civil rights, the NAACP hereby issues a travel advisory to African Americans and other people of color regarding the hostility towards African Americans in Florida. The group added, okay, if that's not a political talking head point,
That's exactly what it is.
I don't know what is. Right?
Sorry, I have allergies.
Right? Because that's just like, are you serious? So it's GOP Representative Byron Donalds on NAACP's Florida Travel Advisory. This is silly and it's dumb, quote unquote.
he's not wrong.
Yeah, and then but here's the funny thing about it. They also the same individual, NAACP president on Florida, warning we shouldn't use race to weaponize against people.
Well, that's exactly
Well,
what
what are you doing?
I'm
about his
sorry,
own people.
Where have they been for the past? I don't know. Ever?
Yeah. Well, it seems like forever.
Granted, yeah, they're chunk
My
of the
entire
population.
life. I guarantee you, his entire life.
Right? Don't get it twisted. Yeah, their chunk of the population may not be the quote unquote majority, but I guarantee you they are not the slim minority either.
No.
No.
And besides, freaking, like I said, white, non-Hispanic, or anything else, they're only about a quarter of the population, bro.
Yeah.
They're not even the majority, and you're
They
What?
still blame white people.
dude. Come on.
Like, these people literally
Well-
built a career and a foundation and a moral compass around white man bad.
in the words of
Some did.
Stephen A. Smith,
The-
come on, man.
But actually, if you stop and look, the blacks that don't do that shit.
No,
That actually did like a white person or whatever, went to
Well,
work and tried to got an
it's
education,
it's
went to
all
work.
the it's all the people that are
earned
in
it.
power.
Look how well they're doing. All the
Yeah, they're doing
successful
great.
ones.
Right.
They're
Like,
very successful. It's just the ones that want to lay back and not go to school, not do anything, but get paid for everything by the government. They just can't do anything else.
Yeah.
And that so that they I don't care whether it's white, black, red, green, or whatever. The ones that don't want to earn anything are not going to earn anything, and there's no reason in the world why they should collect from everybody that's working and trying to earn
no,
and make something of themselves.
but it's well, just like that dude at the NAACP, like he has built a career off of white man bad.
Right.
And people like AOC have built a career and a lifestyle and everything like that around white man bad and about how evil white people are.
And the way
and
it
it's
started,
like
I began to because I hear some of these black people that are successful. I hear some of what their comments are on them.
They think it's
news
dumb. They think it's
and,
stupid.
Can you blame them?
They're making others believe that the
It's
younger
like
generation.
they're called normal people.
Yes.
Like normal everyday people don't care what color skin you are. If you're a dick, they're gonna treat you like a dick. If you're a good person, they're gonna treat you like a good person.
I mean, that's all there is to it.
Don't be dumb, everybody. Don't
Yeah.
be dumb.
A lot of them figure they're
Term
going
is
to get.
there.
A lot of them figure they're going to get all this money from everybody for like what $1 million, $2 million in
Nope,
California.
No, that's
California went
California.
against that. Like, or did they pass it? Is
I know. I know it passed committee.
Well, I know it passed, but their freaking evil, glorious leader down there.
Oh,
frickin',
Gavin Newsom.
frickin'
Yeah, they kind of
vetoed it,
back.
and now it's going back to frickin'.
Well, he didn't veto it because there was nothing actually passed on it. It didn't actually get through the legislature yet. However, the thing is that once the price tag of the whole thing finally came out, Governor Newsom backpedaled insanely
Well,
on
yeah.
it because
Well,
you got to think what it costs you more than what your annual budget is for the entire state. What did we figure out? It was
Well,
1/3 of GDP.
You know.
Yeah.
1/3 of California's annual GDP.
Ish.
What does that tell you?
Well, you know what. You know what these people are saying.
You're
They
gonna
want, they want
bankrupt
that
that place.
reparation and all that. You know what they're saying
One day.
is that you tax the rich people and you tax the big companies and major companies and all that kind of stuff. Get more money from them. Okay. Now let me ask you a question.
Go on.
Where did these companies and everybody get the money that they pay the taxes with? They get it from you when you buy something that they're selling.
Yeah.
The companies are in to make money, so they're not the ones that are going to pay for the taxes. You're the one that's going to pay the taxes in whatever you buy.
Yeah.
So you pay for that, and then they give it to the government. Yes, but pretty soon you won't be able to afford to buy anything because they want too much of it, and they're already talking about doubling the taxes. Double increase in your taxes.
Yep.
Well, they're already talking about. I mean, like Biden's already talking about, if I remember correctly, either this got shot down or not. But he's trying to tax the VA disability benefits that everybody gets.
Oh, I know.
Hell
And,
no.
oh yeah, like he wants to tax that shit.
That'll cost him.
And
Yeah.
that's gonna cost him a leg or an arm or a hand.
Or a life.
That's gonna cost him. Be like,
Or presidency.
It'll cost him more than presidency.
Well, I tell you what, no, I'm just saying right now that
It'll cost Jill.
it'll cost Jill her next 4 years in the White House, yes.
Right.
But Joe, yeah, it'll cost him his job if
but
that actually became a thing. It
he's
honestly
brought
would.
that. They've brought that up. Like I'm not. We gave this government too much goddamn power.
Well, it's not even just so much as we gave the government too much power. It's the fact that people quit thinking critically.
that's the point.
Yeah,
That's
they
that's
quit
part of
thinking
it.
critically.
Well, they quit thinking about how to be an American citizen. An American citizen became, oh, I'm an American citizen. I have a right to do this, instead of going, okay, How do I think about how to be a good individual in this society?
Well, they
And
along with being,
like
that
it's a responsibility to
exactly.
be an American.
That's what I was getting at. Is they
like-
forget that not only do you have rights, but you also have responsibilities.
Yeah, well, that's the part that people don't
And
understand
people got
about
to
like.
figure it out.
Well, that's the part people don't understand about like the right to vote. Like if you actually read the United States Constitution, you don't have a right to vote. That's not in there. There is no right to vote in the Constitution. There's a voting day. but there's no self right. If I remember correctly, there's no you have the right to vote.
No, it is covered in the Constitution.
It's
Where?
because-
That's why I say I have to go back and
Yeah,
look.
because
but
like
it
I don't
is
remember
covered.
reading it. I know it's covered,
It-
but it's not like you have.
it's not in the
like your
first 10
first, second,
It's not in the first
And-
10. It's not in the
the
what-
traditional Bill of Rights.
correct, which would be the first 10 amendments.
Yeah.
So it's actually farther on down the
Yeah, 'cause-
line.
'cause
I
I
want to
know-
say it's like within
Yeah.
the 14th or 15th.
Yeah, because I know
believe.
women got
Something
the
like
right
that.
to vote, and that became an amendment. African
no.
Americans got the right to vote, that became an amendment. But it might have become a later amendment, but a very minor one. But in the original Bill of Rights, you did not have a right to vote. The right to vote was to the people that owned land that were here at all times. Landowners got the right to vote. No one else did. Why did they have it? Because they were stuck here. Like they were here.
It's actually quite complicated because it's actually spoken about the there are the three initial, well, I guess you could call them initial. The actual right to vote really wasn't established until the establishment of the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th amendments.
Yeah.
So when we finally guarantee, now here's it kind of
So-
you're right, but you're off.
right, but off. And then,
So
but,
you're off, but
like,
you're
I'm
on.
tracking you now. I'm
Yeah.
tracking you now.
Where it's been there. It's been mentioned that it's a duty, a responsibility within. However, it wasn't specifically guaranteed
Well,
as a right to
but-
be able to.
But what came with the right to vote?
until
Yeah, but what
the
came,
15th
yeah,
Amendment.
but what came with the right to vote? You didn't just get your voter card. When you signed that, you joined the fire brigade. You joined
Oh, yeah.
selective service. You joined
Yeah,
everything.
absolutely.
When you signed up to vote, you were done. Like if the
Yeah,
government called
exactly.
you answered.
Right.
I got news. For
So
you.
it was
Selective
actually in the
service.
15th
When you
Amendment.
turned 18, you signed up.
Oh,
for
I know.
Selective service.
I know I did.
No matter what.
Yep.
It had nothing to do with you did vote. Man, it wasn't worried about. it
That's
wasn't
when I was.
connected to
That's when I
voting.
was allowed to vote. I could then go vote. I could register to vote, and as soon as I did that, selective service, I got signed up for that immediately. So
Well,
as soon as I registered
that-
to vote, that was it.
See, I registered for the vote for selective service the day I got out of high school.
Yeah, you don't actually do that anymore. The government does that for
Oh, I
you
know
when you
that.
sign your voter card.
Yeah.
When you sign your voter card and go through your voter
Either
registration,
way-
they do that for you.
Either way, their voting rights are guaranteed
And-
by the Constitution
Right.
within the 15th and the 19th Amendments, because
Mhm.
the 15th was for all men, regardless of race, to be able to have the right to vote. That's
Right.
why I said all men. That was when that language was officially locked in,
When all,
was
all
guaranteed.
male citizens, wasn't it?
It was just, it was. They said all men originally in that amendment when they did that for African American, when they wanted to make sure that they were included
Yeah,
into
well,
it.
that's part of the critical thinking skills that
The
you could say.
19th Amendment was when they finally said, okay,
Yeah.
all citizens, regardless of race and gender,
Yeah,
Okay.
that's when
because
they
that
allowed
was in
women.
1920.
Yeah, that's when they allowed women to vote
Correct.
finally.
But that's also when it said citizens.
Well, yeah, but
Yes, that's why I said all citizens, regardless
Yeah.
of race and
Right.
gender.
and also because like with the whole critical thinking thing about voting and all that, you could say the founding fathers could have said all men have the right to vote. Doesn't mean someone in Britain has the right to vote. Everyone would go, yeah, all men in this country, yeah, got it, and they would just know it meant
Well,
us voting. Like guy in
Well,
China
that's why
at
they
the
said
time
all,
wouldn't have
all men,
voted.
all citizens,
Yeah.
regardless of race and gender.
right.
There's a reason why they worded it as all citizens. You
Right.
had to be a citizen of the United States to vote in our elections.
Exactly.
And so that's why I kind of sit back and laugh at, cities like New York and, San Francisco and stuff. They're just like, and even, up the street in Portland, they even tried it.
Yeah, they tried.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It boloed.
well,
It
they
friggin'
can.
tank
Yeah, but they,
I thought that one would have passed for sure.
the thing that the municipalities and the states can, for their people in their
Elections,
in their elections, like state offices and municipalities that have their mayors and all
Well, yeah,
that. kind of
because
stuff,
those are protected under the
They
10th
could-
Amendment.
they can set up their own amount or whoever they want to vote,
Correct.
whether it be everybody.
And
Or what?
that's honestly bullshit.
Well,
I mean,
it is, but
but-
it isn't, because that's like, again, that's a
It's
right
their
that's
right.
guaranteed under the 10th Amendment.
Right.
I don't right guaranteed under the 10th Amendment.
But
Yes,
In a
but-
national
But
election,
in a federal election,
yes.
well,
you didn't say the magic word,
Yeah.
which is citizen.
well, they run those off of census things too, and things like in California, like when you get extra seats or extra votes, and
Well,
and
that's
the
how
Senate
they
and all that.
determine that.
Yeah, but they're counting non-citizens, which have now electoral powers, to vote federally, because the citizens are counting.
They,
for
okay, they
those
may be
votes.
counted in the population, but they do not get.
They don't get a direct vote, but they get an
Correct.
extra vote in the electoral college if they're above a certain number.
I thought
Yes.
they changed that last year.
What do you mean?
I thought they did something last year. To
They do
stop
not.
that.
Okay,
If
so
they're not an American citizen,
if they are not an American citizen, they get counted in the population. However, they do not get a direct vote. So I get
Well-
where you're saying in the electoral process.
Yeah, like
See, that-
they're not going to get a direct vote.
I
They
don't get it. They're not citizens, so they're not.
No,
They
but
don't
they
live here.
They're counted
Okay,
in the census, though.
Here's the thing, though. What he's talking about, Pops, is that they are counted in the census. When they get counted in the
But they shouldn't
census,
be.
You're right. They shouldn't be, but they are.
yeah.
They shouldn't be because
But they are.
the census is supposed to be of all citizens in the country, and if they're not citizens, they don't belong here.
But I think there's honestly, and there's, because here's the thing. I didn't get anything for the census, for the 2020 census. Did you get anything to fill out?
I don't think anybody got anything with the 2020 census.
No, but I had somebody come to the door.
You had somebody come to the door.
Yep.
But
And-
you didn't have
and they wrote down who I had
in the household.
living in the household.
Okay. Did they ask you race? Did they ask you income? Did they ask you
Oh, yeah,
gender?
they
No,
ask all
they didn't
that
ask-
shit.
Because in this actual census, they get all that
Yeah,
information.
they get
And
all the
I never
frickin-
got my census
all the
deal.
nonsense bullshit that they don't need or
Did you
require.
get one?
No.
Interesting. Because last I checked, you're supposed to,
I'm a citizen,
yeah, we're supposed to be able to, or
and
yeah, each household is supposed to get one.
I don't know. I don't care anymore. I don't know.
So, because I mean,
I had
if I
some-
recall correctly, they're
We had some college kid come to the door and take down how many people were there, basically.
because yeah, last I checked, they were supposed to even get that information, whether or not, if you had any non-citizens,
Mhm.
because you could have folks that are in on visas and things
Yeah,
like that.
Like you can have freaking visa migrants. You can have
Yep,
you have
absolutely,
green
you
card
can.
people. You can have dual citizenship people. You can have all kinds of people.
And those folks are counted, but they are not counted as citizens. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They are counted as part of the population, but they are not counted as citizens.
Well, if they're not citizens, they shouldn't count towards the electoral vote because
that I do agree with.
And yet they do.
they shouldn't.
Yeah, they shouldn't be, in
And-
all honesty. So
They're
that's
not allowed to vote, so they don't have the right to have a
well.
electoral vote.
I'm gonna take a look right quick. I'm gonna do some digging, and we'll come back to that.
Yeah, but no, that's just I disagree with that too. And like I think California started doing it. I think New York does it.
New
And
York.
but
They're
they
in
may
such
not.
bad
I
shape.
think that's just a California thing.
Okay, so who is counted in the U.S. Census? It is a resident population. This includes, who is included in resident population counts? The resident population counts include all people, citizens and non-citizens who are living in the United States at the time of the census. People are counted at their usual residence, which is their place where they live and sleep most of the time. So that is who they count for the census. So they count them both. However, let me double
Well,
check.
it doesn't say illegal immigrant in there. It says non-citizens, not illegal immigrant. Like if you can't, like, because like you said, people here who are here on a worker visa are non-citizens,
Well-
but they're not illegal. We know about them. They're here. They're documented. They came in the legal way to work.
Well,
Got it.
one of my best friends
And-
he started out with a green card.
Now, for
and
elect
worked
for
with-
electorate purposes, it is only the citizens that are counted. The citizen population that is counted
for the electoral.
for representation purposes,
Okay.
Oh,
i.e.,
then
for
When
so
did that change? Because California was doing that for. I think they did that.
Well, I
for-
thought that a couple of states tried to do it and they got caught
Yeah.
at it
yeah they got
and got
they get
blown right
caught?
out of it.
yeah
Stop
they
it.
got dinged and
And,
they
well, they
basically got
lost-
their pee slap
They
for it.
lost a representative.
I know.
Because-
No, that wasn't because of that. California lost a representative
Because
because
population
so many
loss.
people left California.
Yeah, that's why states like Oregon and Texas, Florida, and a couple other states
Are
wound up
booming.
gaining seats.
Yeah.
Even New York lost a seat as well.
Yeah.
As a matter, I think New York lost two.
No, they lost one.
You know what?
New York lost one, I think. I know California for sure lost one.
They ought to lose another one here the way they're going. Because people are moving out in
You know what?
droves.
I don't care about New York or California anymore. California can fall into the ocean. New York can light itself on fire. They all want this. They keep voting for it.
Oh,
And so let them have it. Let the city burn. Like just stand back, grab
Well-
your marshmallows and watch it go. And I don't care about New York City anymore. I tried.
oh.
Don't do it anymore. Don't care. It's just gonna give you a headache.
And
If you're in New York, leave.
you think about when you think about New York City, New York State, you think about our Statue of Liberty and things
Yeah.
like that, and to what they have done to our constitutional rights and everything else of the people that live there.
It's fucking nuts.
It's more than nuts. It's criminal.
Oh, like what the politicians are
traitorous.
doing to it is criminal, in my opinion.
It's traitorous.
But what the people are doing is just insane. It's
Well-
nuts. Like they are nuts. They are stupid nuts people. That's if you're still living there and still seeing it and
Well,
not
they're
leaving fleeing for your
putting-
life.
They're putting these immigrants and stuff, these illegals, they're housing them in police stations.
Police stations,
You
they're
go to a police
they're-
station down
they're
there.
kicking people out of their hotel rooms to move in
Right.
freaking illegal immigrants.
Oh, I was
Like,
still when I heard about that one where they moved those veterans out.
Yeah.
That was I was
it's
furious over that.
Like I said freaking last time, they don't care about you.
They don't care about the people of this country. All they want
No, they want to get reelected and they want power.
is
That's what they want.
and they figured this will give them power. But you know,
And it's like
I was thinking about that today about how but they're bringing these people in under the pretense of that it's like it used to be. That they're going to move into all this stuff and they're going to get all this free stuff. Well, what happens when they don't get it
that's the thing. A lot of them are getting it.
right now? But what happens when they don't? Because people cannot afford. People don't have the money to give them.
The government's going to print more money, and then what's
Well,
going to
what
happen?
good's that do?
And then what's going to happen? Inflation is going to go through the roof. And then what's going to happen?
It's-
People that are paying
it's
for
gonna
this
get
stuff
worse.
aren't going to be able to buy stuff. Then what's going to happen? Everyone's going to become on the streets.
It's gonna be
Okay,
worse.
so here's
Mm.
your net change from the 2020 census as far as what who gained seats, who lost seats in Congress. So Oregon gained 1.
Yep.
Montana gained 1. Colorado gained 1. Texas gained 2. Florida gained 1, and North Carolina gained 1. Your losers: Michigan, Illinois, Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, and California all lost a seat.
And I'm guessing they all left from those major cities. And all of those states that have royally left-wing cities.
I
'Cause
heard
which
the
ones-
other day that Minnesota's getting worried about losing one.
Well, here's
Yeah.
the thing:
because
West
people are moving out of
Virginia,
there.
West Virginia is really not that hardcore blue.
The cities are the country. No, they are royally. That's Trump country in the country out there. But the cities, nope. You will still see the LGBTQ flags flying. You will still see BLM flags flying. The cities are nightmares.
that's
Get
where they
away from
congregate.
cities. Get away from cities.
Yeah.
Lefties like cities. Get away from them. Every time they go into the hills, there's always somebody there with a truck and a shotgun going,
Right.
which way you going? And then
Right.
they They don't go out to the country. They know people here won't take that shit.
Oh, let's take a look at their.
You set that tent up at my place, and I got news for you. My horse will run over the top of it.
Yeah.
All three of them. They'll go right over the top.
Yeah.
And stand on it.
I'm just picturing someone trying to make a tent on Pops's backyard here, and then driving by and just seeing someone strapped to an electric fence.
Yeah.
Says, I'm sorry.
Old Scout, that dog, he'd take care of him. We have to introduce him every time just to the people he knows.
Right.
Oh, is he still barking at people?
No, he does a lot of growling.
Like,
There
good
it
boy,
is.
dumb scouters.
Once you introduce him, it's fine.
Right.
But once
Just
he knows
intro-
that it's okay, they come in. Why, it's fine. But boy, until they do, until he's told that it's okay, why,
Oh,
I wouldn't try it.
He's growled at me a couple of times, and I just walk in. Hey, dumb boy.
Well,
pat his head,
he
he's
growls
fine.
at Justin when he comes home, and it's his dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's just old now.
I would say he's just old and crotchety
Yeah.
now. He don't care. He
Remind you of someone?
I'm not gonna mention names, but it rhymes with Pops. I mean, I'm just
Hey.
saying.
It's honest. Earned. Every bit of it's earned. I got the right.
No
Yeah.
one said he didn't.
Yeah. When you hit a certain age, you're just like, I'm old. And I'm like, oh, okay, fair.
Right.
Well, I may be old, but I'm not dead yet.
Hope not.
Uh,
People on this show still like you.
they're all mistaken once in a while, you know.
So
Oh,
what's
my
funny
Lord.
is I'm actually looking at talk about West Virginia and stuff with them.
Mhm.
Believe it or not, even the towns are predominantly red.
Yeah,
There's only
right.
even for the 2020 election.
Like West Virginia as a whole is red.
Yeah.
But once you get into a city, it's just like any other city.
They're large cities.
The only one that was somewhat blue was Charleston,
Yep, that'll probably be it.
but Huntington and Wheeling and all those other
Yeah.
major towns in that state,
It's
All
it's a
red.
red state,
all red.
Oh, yeah.
but people from blue cities are fleeing like a moth. And
Oh,
that's the part that scares the hell out of me is all the people that are fleeing New York, California, and all that are going to states where they can be happy and free and open.
The
But-
only problem
but
is
they're-
that they
But they're bringing their bullshit with them.
The-
it's
and I get what you're saying on that because
Uh,
the only problem is instead of fleeing somewhere and conforming to where they're going and adapting to the way of life around there,
they don't.
no, they
Well-
vote the same exact way they did in the place that
Uh-huh.
they freaking left that they got tired of.
Yep.
It's like you did it to yourself, you dipshit, and now you're trying to bring it here.
Oh,
Really?
that's why I'm about that selective
Well, you
service.
That's why we
um,
highly
I
dis-
asked that question to a couple of people like that had moved and all, and they said that they didn't have to change their ways because they did not vote it the way that the city did.
And if they didn't
And
vote
that's why
for
they
it,
left.
if they left because they were just tired of it, okay, fine, cool. If you're going to vote like everybody else,
That-
awesome.
But
That's
that's
great.
what these two people told me.
Like that's fine, cool. But a lot of those people who, I mean, there's people in California that are moving to Texas that are royal lefties that voted for all that are leaving their businesses that they built because people kept
Yeah.
pooping in front of their business.
Tell them to move west instead of east.
Yes. Like
You know,
there's
like-
plenty of land under the ocean. Go there.
Exactly.
Buy a boat.
No, swim.
just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
I'm picturing a bunch of liberals just keep swimming to China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can freaking come up on land. Hey, we're home.
You know, I tell you, all these liberals, you know what we want to do with them? We put them on a ship, a cruise ship. We take them 10 miles from these countries they want to be like and kick them off the boat and let them swim ashore.
Those countries will send them back. They don't like illegal immigrants.
They won't make it ashore.
Right.
They won't make it ashore. If not, if you make them swim that 10 miles.
Right.
Oh Lord.
That's why I
So-
said 10 miles and not one.
Oh God.
Gotcha. Well, in other news, right quick. So, Game 4, Eastern Conference Finals, the NBA, that's tomorrow between Boston and Miami. Miami, who is the number 8 seed, leads that series 3-0 over Boston.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. So when Boston came into the series as the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. So, yeah, kind of wild, especially after last night. Everyone talked about how, how Boston pretty much they just ran out of gas and gave up. It's just like, you know what? That's not the Boston Celtics franchise a lot of us know.
No.
I grew up watching, because I guarantee you the Larry Birds and
Oh,
all those guys would have been like, no, get your ass to running, boy. Get to running. We don't quit in this town. Not when you're coming from a franchise that has 17 titles
right.
hanging from the rafters. And those are just NBA titles. That's not counting the pre-merger days either. Before, when you had the NBA and the ABA too. Anyhow, when they had their championships then too. Anyhow, and right now we have Game 4 is taking place in Los Angeles between the Lakers and the Nuggets for the Western Conference Finals. That game is tied at 102 apiece with 4:43 left in the fourth, and Denver.
Was that you?
Yeah, freaking ad popped up.
Womp womp womp.
Well, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the,
Are
on
you-
ESPN's website, and all of a sudden, boop,
Oh,
friggin',
that's why.
yeah, ad
Yeah.
popped up. It's like,
Well, I was
really?
reading an ad, or an article that I thought was funny, that the super pigs are invading the United States from Canada.
Huh. All right. But anyhow, Denver's trying to close out the series and advance to the NBA Finals because they're, like I said, they're up on the series 3-0, 3-0.
You're kidding.
Nope. So
All right.
yeah, they're trying to close the series out right now. Oh, and Jamal Murray, he's at the hell,
Push mute.
freaking
Freaking
saying I did hit mute and it just went to a different ad. Swear to God, freaking ESPN, dude.
Did you push pause? and then push mute and pause.
Which one is it? 1, 2, or 3?
There. Anyhow, so Jamal Murray, he's at the line right now. Was fouled trying to take a 3-pointer, and he's made 2 of his 3 free throws so far. So
One
it's
to go.
Yep, and 1 to go. So they're up. So Denver is now up 104-102 right now. Oh, he made all 3. So anyhow,
Well, he's a pretty good free throw shooter.
Jamal Murray, yeah. Yep. So anyhow, that is what's going on in the wide world of sports
All
right
right.
now, at least in the NBA. If we go to NHL, because I know the Stanley Cup playoffs are still going on.
Sports.
Da-da-da,
You watch a lot
da-da-da.
of that, don't you?
What's that?
You watch quite a bit of that NHL.
A little bit of it.
Yeah.
Like I said, well, since the Kraken got freaking knocked out by Dallas here, the last series. Yeah. So Eastern Conference right now, Canes and Panthers, they're wrapped up with their first game of the series, and Panthers win that one 1-0. And Vegas beat Dallas yesterday, so they take a 1-0 lead in their series. So yeah, Golden Knights take down Dallas from a score of 3-2. Game 2 is tomorrow night for the Dallas and Dallas Las Vegas game, and then Wednesday night is game 2 between Florida and Carolina. So, and that is
I'll tell you what's getting to be something else.
what's that?
All the football leagues you got now, you got 3 of them.
Well, nobody cares about the XFL.
USFL.
The USFL, that's like That's like the NFL minors.
And then the AFL. I mean, yeah, the AFL now.
mean the NFL,
AFL.
AFL?
Yeah.
I don't think
I
At
got
least that
nothing.
was shown
got
on
nothing.
TV last night. AFL, that's the old. That's way back when.
I was saying, did they resurrect that freaking
That's what I
franchise, that
wonder.
organization?
But
Because
see,
last I checked, didn't the NFL buy them out when they did the merger?
I thought
well,
so.
They merged. Yeah, I don't know if they bought them out or not, but they merged. I know
Yeah.
that.
Oh, and right now in baseball, Pops, you're gonna like this one. So Seattle is up on top of Oakland, 6-0, bottom of the fifth.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
So, and Seattle is at the plate. They're playing at T-Mobile Park. So,
Right.
Yep.
Well, holy crap! It's about that time.
What's that? Oh, it is.
Goodness, that hour went fast.
Yeah, that hour
Yeah.
went by real quick
That was
tonight.
quick. I looked
Yeah.
down and was like, holy. We got 1 minute.
Time flies when you're having fun. All right, gentlemen, your time around the room.
Well, all I can say is have a good Memorial weekend and everything, and don't forget what it's all about. God bless everybody out there, and Lone Star, it's on you.
I'm just happy to be here. I like all you people. You guys make me happy in a world of news broadcast that just gives me a headache.
That's fair.
Well, we kind of try and watch what's going on the day on the national stuff before we come in, and gives us a little bit of aggravated stuff to talk about.
Yeah, this way you go home and you don't feel like you have to beat your head against a
right.
wall.
Start walking around slamming your head against the wall. Doorbell ding.
no.
Doorbell
Give me
ding.
a
Doorbell
chance. Gives me a chance to get it out of my system.
And Lone Star's done.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm checking out.
Doorbell ding.
He's out.
Oh man, but JW, you got anything? One more?
You know, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. I will catch you guys Wednesday night right here for another episode of Hump Day Hangover with myself and the EO complaint. Hopefully, maybe I got some stuff going on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So should be here.
Figure it out.
Should be here.
Mhm.
So if not, somebody will be here with Matt. By God,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. So, all right, guys, that does for. Oh, and another quick programming note: no rockabilly this week.
Yeah.
I'm making the announcement ahead of time.
Yeah,
Oh,
might
for
as
Friday
well.
night, yeah.
So got a lot going on, and it'll be kicking off Memorial Day weekend. So
Yes.
starting it off with a night off.
Yeah.
I know I might put something together for a pre-record. Who knows? So anyhow, guys, that does for us. We'll talk to y'all here later on. Have a good one. We gone.